Yep. We've had some snowy Colorado days the past couple days, but I love it. And we're getting our meal one in, listening to some David Crosland. And we're gonna go drive and train. But this is meal one. Airport plus another one. Where is this guy? West 612. All right, guys, so as you can see, 9:13, we got someone coming, and so far, this morning is going really well. But meal one went down. Meal two is right here. Half a muffin, this almond butter bar. 9:15, so we're gonna take this chick home and then go to the gym. But I need this fuel to smash chest and arms. Let's go. This is crazy. Cops everywhere. All right, I gotta be careful here. Bye. All right, guys, we made it to the gym finally, and I swear I need to do a rant. My next rant needs to be on asking questions and formulating appropriate questions. I've had this conversation with so many people while I was studying science and getting my biology degree, and with other lifters who are intelligent, but you can't be a complete idiot and learn how to work out. I understand that meatheads or big people have like a stigma that we're really dumb, but you cannot be stupid and figure out how to train correctly. And my point on that, on the question thing, is that people will message me questions and say, hey man, can you still build muscle if you don't go heavy? Okay, what the hell is heavy? And are you asking me if you can build muscle by going really light, by going excessively light, by going moderately heavy, sort of heavy? So people will message me, and I don't know, let me think of a diet example and a lifting example. They'll be like, hey, I want abs and I'm on a high fat, low carb diet. Am I getting enough calories? And I'm just like, how are you so just unintelligent in this topic or in communication with other people? You're telling me your diet, you're telling me your goals, and you're asking me if it's going to work without giving me any information about your energy intake, your training system, your cardio, or anything. And then I'll respond and I'll just say, well, you didn't give me any context, but a ketogenic diet sucks for maintaining muscle and getting in shape. And they'll be like, well, what should I do about my caloric intake, or how many calories should I be eating? I don't know how tall they are. I don't know their weight. I don't know their activity. And they want me to tell them how many calories to eat on a diet that I don't support, while just telling me they're dieting and barely asking me a question. And then with training, people will be like, hey man, I noticed that you do sets of 3. Do you think that going heavy builds as much muscle as going light? And I'm just like, what's heavy? What's light? People tell me 250 on bench is pussy weight and that squatting 200 is pussy weight. So is that heavy if it's hard for me? I have no idea why people ask personal questions about themselves, basing it off your personal genetics and strength, and then expect you to give them an answer so that they don't have to figure it out themselves. Guys, the scientific method is very, very easy. You make an observation, you formulate a hypothesis, you ask the question, and you test it, and you analyze the results. So if you see someone benching heavy, you have to ask yourself, is that heavy for that person? What type of sets and reps are they doing? What is their 1 rep max? After you observe, then hypothesize, hey, by how hard he's pressing and how much rest he's taking and his overall size, I think that if he's doing sets of 3, that must be close to his 5 rep max. Then you test it. You ask the person, hey man, what's your 5 rep max? How heavy are you actually going? Don't just say, oh, are you going super heavy for a reason? What if the person's not going super heavy? You can't assume they're going heavy or assume they're doing this workload, then ask them why they're doing it. Now they have to retort to you and say, well, it's not heavy workload, it's my lighter day, and it looks difficult because I'm trying to control the negative on this and that. And then people will just ask, oh, but why are you doing that weight? There's way more to it. So if you guys want to learn something, either make a proper observation and gather information about it. Think about what you want to ask and what the specifics of your question are. Don't just ask people to guide you through your brain and your thought process to give you an answer that you want to hear. That's not how the real world works. That's not how science works. That's not how communication between two human beings IRL works. So It's 10:15. We're gonna go get this bench session on. Let me show you how I did this morning, fellas. Pretty productive for a pre-workout, I must say. Where are we at here? 79. So pretty happy with that. Not the worst thing to do before going to work out. Make some muns. Sons. Pre is done, and I gotta take a deuce. So we're gonna warm that toilet up, then walk on the treadmill, and I'll see you on the bench. And it's packed here today. Yesterday we were snowed in, so I don't think people came to the gym. Whee! All right, so I hope you guys saw that because I was there. I filmed it, which means it happened. That was a full-on bench PR. I don't know how many sets I did, and I guess you guys are watching this with me now. But I think I did 7 sets. Either way, I got on the bench press. I got my grip, not shoulder width, but I put my grip where my hands lock out on the elbow. So the elbows are in line with my shoulder, but since I can hyperextend my elbow slightly, which most of us can, putting my hands at shoulder width doesn't allow me to get that natural, almost external rotation and full lockout. So I widened my grip back to where it's more of a neutral grip versus a true close grip, and no shoulder pain at all. And some of those reps with 255 pounds, some of them felt like 235. So what I did differently is I took 2 rest days between my 3-day split. Push arms, squats, pull arms, day off, train. I was out of town on Sunday night, and Monday I didn't train, so that was 2 days of rest. What's today? Wednesday. Monday and Tuesday I rested. Yesterday I drove my ass off, PR'd on lift revenue, and today I PR'd on lifting in the gym. So I did my sets of bench, no complaints at all, and all I did after that was standing overhead press, which I'm thinking about switching to a barbell to do that so I can get a full range of motion, because the dumbbell does get in the way of me bringing my fist down into my shoulder. But I always get elbow pain right in the center of my elbow, or I always have gotten elbow pain there on standing overhead barbell press. Now, since I don't do tons of fluff and pump BS isolation work anymore, maybe my elbows are in better shape, but to be completely honest, every time I've done an overhead press with a barbell, after 2 or 3 sessions, I get pain in the center of my elbow. And obviously that's gonna be completely counterproductive to benching or anything. You don't need to do any other exercises to get a bigger bench, but if my bench is stalling here or there, I'd like to progress on another exercise and kind of do like a hybrid pressing style where 1 week, not even 1 week, I focus on one, but I just wanna have more that I can do and more lifts. So today, the name of the game was bench press, overhead press, and then about 15 minutes of fluff and pump. And the only reason I do fluff and pump is to get an actual pump. I don't think pump indicates growth or anything like that, but when I finish bench and I feel really strong and my joints feel healthy, unless I get a full-on blood volumization in my muscles, I mentally don't really feel good. I don't feel that tired. I feel amped up and I feel like I succeeded in the gym, but I just don't feel like my upper body kind of registers mentally. My upper body doesn't register with me that I actually got in a good workout because I'm so kind of addicted to the pump, especially being on gear. So yeah, I'm super excited about that PR, and the 2 rest days made a huge difference. So guys, if you're stalled, if you're deloading and then going back into a training cycle that's exhausting you, take extra time off. If you're lifting weights heavy 5 days a week, you're already pushing it. That's probably too much. 4 days a week is the sweet spot. The strongest I've ever been in my life, when I won an overall NPC contest, when I looked the best with the least amount of work, but it still was the best I ever looked, it was 4 days a week. So knowing that, I need to adjust my training from a pseudo bro split to more of a exercise based 4 to 5 day per week, or 4.5 day per week, meaning every 14 days you do 9 sessions. something like that. So really happy with everything in the gym today. I could not be more thrilled. A lifetime PR. Last time I hit 255, I did 3 or 4 sets and I felt like a bitch. And today, I know I could have done 10 sets, but again, I'm not trying to progress as fast as humanly possible. Even though today I could have done 10 sets and then probably done 260 pounds next time, but one good session doesn't indicate a change in your structure, a change in muscle growth. It just indicates that you're recovered and you had a good day. So if I'm not recovered and having a good day next time, I'll know and I'll be able to see how can I change everything I'm doing to have a day like I had today again. And I don't need to ask anyone how to do that. I'm just gonna figure it out myself. So that kind of wraps up the first point I made pre-workout and showing you guys that I got stronger by taking an extra day off without asking anyone, oh, how many days should I take off because I read this study, but my friend read this study, and then he asked me about this study and I don't know how to study. Guys, just fucking train, learn, and then talk to people who are bigger than you. Well, that's not necessarily an indicator of anything, but talk to people who know what they're doing. Talk to people you look up to. Don't make statements and blanket statements. Learn from them, learn from yourself. The most important thing you can do is learn from yourself, because no one can take that from you. No one can discredit you. People will tell me, oh bro, 255 is not that heavy. In my life and through my lifting career, it is. So why would I listen to someone who knows for sure it's not heavy? It's definitely not heavy. It's not 3 plates, it's not heavy. When I know it's heavy, I don't care what another person says, because to me, it's heavy. And to me, I'm making all kinds of gains. All kinds. All right, so I'm gonna full on show you guys the post-lifting lifting ritual. So what I'll do is turn my app on the way home, and if I get a ride, I have a post-workout shake right here, 45 grams of whey, 50 carbs from oats and cinnamon toast crunch, AKA Cinnpuffs, the good cheap stuff. And if I make it home without getting a call, it's like a 7-minute drive, which is a little unlikely, but it happens, then I'll go home, have rice and egg whites, and I'll throw peanut butter in this, so that after rice and egg whites, I'll turn my app back on, and then I have a shake with protein, oats, and fats. So fat-free shake in case I don't make it home. If I do make it home, I'll have egg whites and rice, fat-free, and then I'll put peanut butter in the shake, and then I can eat eggs and rice, drive for 2 hours, have the shake, drive for 2 hours, go home and eat, and it's pretty proper. So if you guys can't fit in clean eating with your schedule, it's because you're just not doing a good enough job of fitting it in. It's basically impossible not to. You can even do meal, 3 hours later shake, 3 hours later shake, 3 hours later meal, and if in that 12 hours you can't somehow get in those meals, well, then you're just not legit. Here we go. Bear with me for a second. So what we're gonna do is eat, shower really fast, out of my way, and put some peanut butter in this bitch. So what does one serving look like for all you macro kings? I'm trying to get 12 grams of fat. What do you guys think, 9 or 10? I'm not gonna make any gains, bro. All right, there you go. That's meal 3. Meal 2 is going down now. Actually, meal 3 plus snack, because I totally had a snack in the car. But holy crap, what a workout. 10 out of 10, would repeat again. Strongest I've ever been in my life. Definitely at this body weight. You know. So this is gonna be my highest carb, lowest fat meal of the day. About 90 grams of carbs from rice and ketchup, 40 grams of protein from egg whites. I think I'm gonna start upping my protein a little bit, just because if I keep my protein low in terms of a bodybuilding diet, if I keep my protein low, like 200 grams, it's too easy for me to overeat. Like I'll eat 500 carbs, 150 fat, like that. But if I have 250, 260, 270 grams of protein, there's no way I can digest those carbs and fats. So given that, I like my body weight, but I'm like leaning towards kind of like overeating and binging and like doing stupid shit. I'm just going to slightly up my protein at every meal, just like 10%, and that's gonna stop me from overeating, guaranteed, for real. So, post-workout meal and some blow-ho.